Hello and welcome to another OnTrade Show podcast, the show that discusses the hospitality industry, interviews the senior people in a mix of different engagements across the industry to bring you inspiration, to give you an understanding of what's going on behind the scenes, and hopefully move the industry forward. On today's show, we're very, very lucky to have an absolutely amazing artist on the show and a friend, and what I would say is a diva.
Oh, I like your transition there. That was smooth.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Roisin McCarney.
Hello, Justin. Thank you, everybody. Diva has entered. How are you?
I was going to say, you're looking amazing.
Thanks very much.
Very Scottish.
Well, you know, tartan is the brand, so I thought,
yes,
if we're working, we must have the tartan on. Because sometimes I forget.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. You're a very, very busy girl.
Yes.
You've got a lot on.
Life is crazy at the moment in the best way.
I'm glad you've been able to kind of squeeze us in and
thanks for
get
asking.
on the show.
Always. Always, Justin. Always.
So your journey, we'll probably kind of start there. So season 14 of The Voice.
Oh, yeah, I was like, season 14 of what?
You're like, what?
Yes.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, The Voice.
You forgot about The Voice already.
Almost forgot about The Voice. No, yes.
But you've obviously been performing in venues and let's say doing your apprenticeship, for want of a better word, as they call it in the trade.
That's a great idea.
Yeah?
Yes.
But obviously season 14 of The Voice, you smash it out the park. And tell us about the journey for there. I mean, you've probably mentioned that loads of times.
No,
but
that's part of the journey, you know. It's it. Yeah, the Voice. I mean, what an opportunity that was to get. They were doing karaoke down at the Horseshoe Bar.
Right,
Classic.
okay.
So I went in, and obviously I love a bit of karaoke. It's really my job. So I went in and started singing. I sang a song. I think I sang "Creep" by Radiohead.
Right, okay.
And got a call back from The Voice the next day, and they were like, "We'd love you to come on the show."
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay, I could do this. This sounds fun." So they filled out all the application, went for it, and then there's like so many auditions even before you get to.
Yeah, I was going to say, because some people maybe not understand the what goes on in the background of it to get you to that point.
I was very surprised because I think so. You had like they approached me after the karaoke thing.
Okay.
Then they had another just an online audition shoot thing. I think.
Okay.
My memory is really bad. Then they had another audition in Glasgow, but I was so sick, and I remember walking out being like, that will be it. They will not be asking me again because I had a chest infection. I just came back from a big wedding. My voice was not at its finest. And I was like, okay, it's fine. What's meant to be will be. And then they rang me back and they were like, we'd love you to come for another audition. And I was
amazing.
Like, me? I was shocked. I said it to my mum and she was like, you came out and said that audition was awful. I was like, yeah, I don't know what's happened there. So got that. And then, we went down and we ended up getting on Team McFly, which was insane.
I was going to say, so you obviously get to, for those that don't know the kind of background of the show and are avid watchers of it, do you get to it other than obviously being selected, which you were, obviously, and you were turned for?
Yeah.
How do you interact with the other judges, or do you get to speak to them, or do you
so
get
you don't see them on before your audition, and it's very serious. So see if you're walking around backstage, if a judge starts to walk, they're like code red, and everybody has to hide so that they can't see any people at all. Because the full point is that they have no idea who's singing, right?
Right. Okay.
So if they were to see someone and be like, oh, that would maybe suit this voice, they might have an idea. So I find that hilarious. I was like, what is code red? They were like, get in.
Maybe we should do that in here. Maybe we should start doing code red at the door.
That's it. Creates a bit of urgency, but it's quite exciting. So other than that, and then you just had the brief interaction, and then you went back for the second time. I always call it Coach Judges' Houses, but that's X Factor and it's a different show. But that's everyone's like, oh, that makes sense.
Other music shows are available.
Yes. And then it was you got given a song to sing on the day, and they would kind of coach you with how they thought you would sing it.
Okay.
And basically then they picked their favourites. Didn't get through that part, but it all kind of worked out for me in the end because I was just delighted to be there, to be honest. And I feel like I'm too much of a control freak for how I want my artistry to be.
That was something I was going to touch on later on down the line. But it's interesting that a lot of those kind of music shows, and I've obviously got a very close friend that's a music producer and involved in the industry from a number of different perspectives and been involved in the X Factor and other parts, but you tend to see that the people that make a career of it and a success long term from it tend not to be the winners. They tend to be the people that have got a bit more individuality and understanding of the artist maybe they want to be, as opposed to the artist they're told they should be. Does that make sense?
Definitely. Or? That seems to be the way it's kind of always been in all the shows for all the years, hasn't it? But I mean, I don't want to say too much, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like it's just because I suppose if you win it, they have an idea of what they want to mould you into, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like when you've already kind of got your own idea of what your artistry is, that's yours. So they can't really mould it as much, which I think is part of why.
But I thought, knowing you as I do, I would have thought Danny was quite a good mentor. No?
They were a great mentor for me. Plus, I absolutely loved McFly growing up. So, like, I was absolutely smitten when they turned it around. I was like, oh my God, me? But yeah, I think it was perfect. And it did its job. Like, it really helped me get out there and get my name out there. But I was happy at the same time to be like,
But you've got to, I'm guessing you took confidence for that people with that kind of experience behind them or understanding of the industry saw something in you in the first place.
100%. And they didn't like click their buzzer until the very last second. So I had already, like, while I was performing, I was like, I'm not getting through. You've done it. That's fine, Roisin. So when they actually turned around, I was like, what?
Because that's what I was going to say. So from an artist's point of view, and we obviously speak to a lot of artists and work with a lot of artists in different aspects. But I'm always really interested in what's going through your head at that moment, right? Because even at things, and we'll touch on this later on about our awards and stuff like that, and we've spoke to people like E17 and everybody else that we've got relationships with, but I'm always intrigued the different types of audiences people are in front of, right? And sometimes what's going through the artist's head when, whether it's people are talking as opposed to paying attention to the stage or whatever. But I'm guessing performing in front of other artists that are successful is a different type of...
Yeah, especially like I'm quite demanding in my own shows. Like I'm like, get on the ground and jump.
Yes, you have shouted at me a couple of times when I've been there. Yes, yep.
And like I'll deliberately make eye contact with people and be like, move your hand, I can't see it. But like obviously like a tongue-in-cheek sort of way. So when you were doing this and you walked out and it was silence, and then you see these massive chairs and like the 300 people in an audience just looking at you again in silence, you're like, why am I doing this to myself? At least usually when I go out, not to brag, but like people usually cheer when you walk out to a stage,
100%.
which calms your nerves for some reason. But when you walk out to silence,
takes the edge off a bit.
You're just like, oh, why have I done this? Why have I done this? And then the full time I was like, oh no, they're not. And like I don't even think I was concentrating on my performance because I was just so in my head.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't my most enjoyable performance.
Right. Okay.
But I think again, nerves were just so high at that stage.
I think anybody that's seen the performance, including myself, would have said you smashed it out of the park.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely smashed it out of the park, and the confidence and the stuff that you're talking about, about the nerves or the uneasiness or whatever else didn't show for a second.
Thank you very much.
For me, that's something that constitutes a professional and somebody that really knows what they're delivering, and and again, it's not about sunshine and rainbows, but it's impressive to see because as we'll touch on probably later on, one thing you get from your shows and your performances is a performance.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome, darling. But I've been to see loads of artists, and I've worked with loads of artists, and I'm quite happy to say there is levels. There is different aspects in how that performance can come across. There can be sometimes, and it seems an approach of we're just here and turning up and going through the motions. And we obviously worked with Callum before. Callum's a good friend of ours, and Callum Beattie.
Fabulous.
And again, it was something that I'm not saying you look Callum Beattie
Yeah.
or another artist, but there's a thread for me that runs through a lot of artists like
Yeah.
that, because like yourself, Callum, whether he's playing in front of 10 people or 15,000 people,
Yeah.
you get the exact same level.
Yeah, well, that's what I've always said. I've always said people, like, because I've done shows where nobody's turned up, and I've done shows and it's sold out, and I'm like, people say paid the same amount of money for the same ticket, so it's not fair to give a half-hour show
Yeah.
to the 5 people
Because
that turned up, you know?
building your brand as an artist,
Yeah.
building your engagement as an artist from those, you know, what we talked about earlier on, like the apprenticeship venues,
Yes.
you know, doing it in pubs and clubs and aspects and your
Exactly.
groundwork. That's where you build your following.
100%.
And if they're not getting, if what they're seeing at that ground level is, for want of a better word, half-arsed,
Yes.
well, why would they pay
Well, that's it.
50 or 100 quid to come and see you when you're,
Yeah,
or how do you expect to get to the Hydro to
Yeah,
perform? Does
exactly.
that make sense?
Also, like, I just like performing. Like,
You do.
I'm a theatre kid, you know? Like, I like to be weird. I like to get really extravagant with things. Again, I'm dressed like this today. So
I'm glad I never wore my
you
tartan
know-
outfit today.
You
With
know,
the
I
class.
was worried. It was the space ones I was more worried about, just in case.
You know, I was always very partial to the space outfit. That was well, less said about that, the better. For those that are listening, Roisin attended a Halloween party that I had, and she had a space outfit on, and I was very jealous of it. And I was. We'll maybe see for the next awards if I can squeeze myself into a silver leotard.
That's fine, I'll bring it. That's not a bother with me. That's not a bother. I still have it, so that's fine.
Yeah, as I say, unfortunately, I don't think I've got the figure for it, Ian, but I'll certainly try. But on the back of that, we were talking about the performances that you've done.
Yes.
I know the different types of venues that you've worked with probably adds to your experience as an artist. You know,
Yeah.
but I know you've done gigs in the Corset Club,
Yeah.
and worked with them. You've done sellout gigs at SWG3, King Tut's.
Yes.
Our awards. I'm not saying that was the highlight
It
for
was
you,
great.
but
No, it was a
not putting
great
words in your mouth.
show. It was a great show.
You've supported numerous other artists and opened for some
Yeah.
big artists as well. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the list that we can touch on later on as well. The venues you've got coming up. You've got some of the gigs that are there. You're opening for Sophie Ellis Bexter. You've done loads of aspects like that. There's stuff coming up with the Libertines. There's stuff coming up with Party at the Palace.
Yeah, it's busy summer.
It's a busy summer for you,
I
but
love it.
that's what you want, right?
Oh, I love it, honestly.
Uh-huh.
It's just, and like, yeah, just the fact I still get like little pinch me moments when I'm just seeing like my name next to all these massive artists. Like, I grew up listening to most of the time. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, what the hell? I
But
love it.
from a hospitality venue
Yes.
perspective, obviously we work with the industry quite closely, but as we constantly say, hospitality isn't just a pub.
No.
It's not just about buying a drink or buying a pint.
Yeah.
It's about everything from anywhere there's a bar, from gig venues to festivals to nightclubs to hotels to everything is experience led, right? And from a music perspective, it's got quite a big influence on people's. As we spoke to Caitlin McAllister on our previous show from the Ministry of Sound about, it's got such a big part of people's memories
Oh, yeah.
and their experience, how that affects their relationships, how that affects their friendship
Everything,
groups.
Yes.
But from you as an artist perspective, that journey and working in those different venues, how do you find the difference in venues? How do you find working with that sector?
I think what's been great working, because I did cover gigs in pubs, so that was really good because I think that really got me to know what I enjoyed doing personally, like for my own music.
Does that allow you to experiment with
Yeah, for
a lot
different
more?
sounds and stuff.
Right,
And I
okay.
think like as an artist, like my sound has changed a lot as I've kind of gotten to know myself and what I like doing more. But I think for that it's also fun, and then it gets to because you're playing around with other types of genres. I guess like another side comes out of you is like how to perform.
Right,
So then I
okay.
kind of bring in those sides then into like my own songs, even if I'm doing a pop song, but I'll still maybe like, I don't know, like act a bit more like a rock star or something because I'm sitting
What do
singing
you mean,
stereophonics.
a bit like a rock star. That's what you are.
You know? But I just think, music is like vital. I forgot the question.
That's all right. So do I most days. Don't worry about it.
I was like, where was I going with
But
this?
no,
Why was I talking
we
about
were
this?
saying the hospitality
Sorry.
venues, you've worked in a number of different types of venues.
Yes.
Because obviously performing in somewhere like the Corset Club
Yeah.
compared to the likes of King Tut's. That's a different vibe.
Totally different vibes, yeah.
But again, very different types of experience.
Totally. And I think it doesn't matter. I mean, I always say I love big stages, and I do, but that's only because I like to strut up and down them. But genuinely, like this, like it doesn't matter the type, the size of the venue. It's all about the atmosphere inside,
Yeah.
which is again from the music, the people, the performance,
Yeah,
the drink. Sometimes, like it does. It all adds up, and it's all
it does.
interlinked.
You obviously, I wasn't going to necessarily touch on it too much, but I'm seeing as you're here, I might as well. You obviously performed last year at our OnTrade Awards
Had a great time.
2025. The feedback on your performance was probably the standout of the night.
Wow.
And we got a hell of a lot of feedback
That's so
in
kind.
relation to the energy, to the performance aspect of
Yeah.
it. Was phenomenal.
Thank you.
And again, I suppose that's a different type of night for you. Or is that fair? Or is that
No, definitely. Especially, I think, because you're going into a room where a lot of people hadn't heard of me
Right.
before. So you're trying to, win over the audience because people are like, who is this? Who is this maniac running up and down the stairs and up and down in a leotard, Doesn't happen all the time in
But
Glasgow.
you've got 900 people in that room for across the industry, that from the brands, from venues, and you've got kind of seasoned professionals like Capella, a kind of high energy dance act that's there. You've got the guys from Band OK and stuff like that, which are a different kind of vibe. But for me, you smashed it out of the park.
Thank you.
And how you engaged. It's probably the first time in the 5 years that the awards have been going on.
Yeah.
That, and this is including East 17, by the way,
Okay.
where a lot of the room were not talking as much as they do, because you're always going to get that.
Yeah.
At any
Standards,
any gig, any event, you're always going to get people that's catching up and chatting and stuff like
Always.
that. But when I was standing back watching the engagement for the side, the amount of people that were just mesmerised by you or fixed on
Here,
you
flick.
on the stage.
Can't see me right now. Here,
Diva
flick.
moment, Diva moment. I've not got anything to flick, but was impressive for me because for our awards compared to a lot of industry awards or events of that kind of size, it's a kind of different stage.
Yeah.
It's staged to be like a concert.
Yes. Which I love.
So for the band and the guys behind you
Yeah.
to fill that, and for you to own not just the runway but the stage and fill
Yes.
that space, isn't easy for a lot of people, because even the guy Robbie and Terry, the boys V17, went, this isn't
The
what we
usual.
expected. This isn't
Yeah.
a kind of normal corporate gig that we were expecting.
Yeah.
Wow, we need to fill the space, but you did it effortlessly. Which, as I say, it sounds as if I'm blowing sunshine, but it's hugely impressive to watch, and
Thank
that's
you.
where you notice for people watching it as a difference.
Yeah.
But
I have
also
been singing on a treadmill for 2 years, so maybe that's the training finally coming to.
I've not seen a treadmill for about 10 years, but that's a different story.
That's the singing on a treadmill, and I was like, there's a runway, I can use this.
So moving on for that side of things, you've obviously, as we've mentioned, you've got a lot coming up over the summer.
Yes.
A lot of big gigs,
Yes.
and a lot of aspects that you're pushing forward. But you've also got your new single coming out.
New single. I'm so excited about this one.
Yeah,
So
tell us about the
it's
single.
a new kind of sonic sound.
Okay,
It is called Diva. So
very fitting.
right, that's exactly what I thought. It's I'm kind of started. So obviously, the last 2 years, I've had a little bit of a struggle with my own health.
Yeah.
Just for anyone that doesn't know me,
Yeah, no, please do.
my cancer came back 2 years ago, and I have been on treatment, and I obviously had to go sober and just get better and just do the work to get healthy again.
Yeah.
And these last 2 years, I've been on a journey of like self-love and self-acceptance, and just like really choosing to love all the good and the bad bits about me. And that's why Diva was basically written, because it was like, you
Okay.
know what? Now I genuinely feel like a diva. And my little brothers, the song actually would not be around if it wasn't for my little brothers. They are
Okay.
part of the queer community, and I would walk down, I wouldn't feel great, and they'd be like, okay, Diva, right, Diva, get up, come on, Diva, we're good, come on, Diva. And like, the way they would make me feel when they just called me Diva, I was like, I want everyone to feel how I feel like when I get called diva. And so I literally went to my car and I just had a da diva, and then that was like, okay, I need to write a song.
The hook was there.
And that was it. So we've done a music video. We've got drag queens involved. I really wanted to share it with the queer community as well, because again, it's about self-love, self-acceptance, and I just feel like that's exactly what the queer community like shout about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it says, and again, my brothers are part of the queer community. This song would not be here if it wasn't for them. So I just wanted to shine a light and bring that on that as well too, because
and a bit of a tribute to your brother and
exactly
the journey that you've been on as well.
exactly, yeah. And I just think, so I'm really, really excited. It's sassy, it's confident. It's just about honestly just being your most authentic self.
Well, at the end of the show, we're going to be very privileged to play the track,
Yes.
and you're going to get to hear it. But you've obviously also, as well as the new music you've got coming out,
Yep.
the engagement from your last album has been phenomenal.
Oh, it's been great. The singles have been doing absolutely fabulous at the moment. I was just gonna throw. So sometimes it's funny because like I obviously love all my music. I wouldn't release it if I didn't love it.
Yeah.
But it always surprised me the ones that I would maybe be like, it's not my favorite, and then they're always the ones that fans seem to be like, this is on repeat, and I'm like,
Really? Huh?
really? That I'm obviously delighted, but it just shows that everybody. Sometimes I think I'm too connected to a song because it's maybe my emotional attachment to the song.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the song.
But other people will connect with the music in a different way, or
exactly,
it's something that's personal to them.
Always. So that's it. But yeah, the songs have been really doing great, and the fans just seem to be getting like they're so good. I have the best fans.
I have to be honest. When I was at your Celtic gig at the King Tut's,
Yes.
I was impressed and if I'm honest, a little surprised by the diversity of audience that were there.
Oh, yeah.
From younger to older than me.
Yeah.
And how engaged they were. And I shouldn't have been surprised, but
no, but
I was a bit, if that makes sense.
No, my team are always like, well, like, because we're obviously trying to figure out who's your target audience, and I'm like, well, it's a little bit mixed. I think it's because I think my music offers something genuinely for everybody. Like, I don't stick to a niche, which again can annoy my team sometimes, but I'm like, but I'm a evolving person, right? So my artist and my sound is always going to evolve with me.
Right. Okay.
So I feel like it makes sense that the music changes slightly regarding that. And then
because when I've played, and again, I consider myself a fan, as well as your friend, right? But because I really enjoy the music.
Yeah.
I like the music. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here. I had SOS embedded in my brain to the point where you had me and you
were dancing.
I had the dance down and everything.
Yes,
well, partially, which was a sight to behold in itself. But listening to the words of Meet Me at Montauk, and the why and the different variations of Meet Me at Montauk, and aspects that you've done, and seeing how the crowd react to that. And I remember specifically at King Tut's, it was a version of it I hadn't heard before.
The acoustic version.
You did the acoustic version, which you're also just released
as well.
As well. But watching the crowd, and I was a wee bit taken aback because I wasn't expecting that version of it.
Yeah.
And then watching you walk into the middle, coming off the stage, which in King Tut's isn't normal. No, I say not normal, not usual.
Yeah, it's not the usual.
Coming right off the stage and coming into the middle of them and sitting at the back and almost sitting, it was like a campfire kind of vibe. Does that make I know it's daft sound.
No, that's exactly how to describe it. That's honestly one of the most special moments I think I've had in any gig ever.
And I was watching one of the kind of younger fans, and she was actually emotional. She was crying.
Yeah.
Because as unemotional as I keep getting called all the time, I had a wee bit of a lump in my throat because I was like, wow, that's like a proper connection moment.
It was actually so beautiful. Like, that genuinely is one of my top favourite moments. It was, although it's a sad song, and at the end I just had this massive smile on my face. And I was like, this is a sad song, but I'm because that moment could have went down like two ways. It could have went the way it went, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
it could have went down like a lead balloon and everybody speak over me
Like a
because I
tumbleweed
wasn't
moment.
plugged into a microphone. It
Yep.
was just an acoustic guitar, my voice in the
Yeah,
middle of
yeah.
the crowd. So I was really taking a chance. My vocal coach actually came to that one and he said to me, he said when I came off the stage, he was like, "What is she doing? Why is she doing this? No, 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 no." And he said when it happened, he was just like mesmerised because he thought she has the crowd in her palm of her hand and like this is it.
100%. You smashed it out of the park, and as I say, it feels as if I'm blowing sunshine here
I
constantly,
feel
but
great for it, so thank you so much.
but it is, and that's the kind of part of the experience that we talk about, not just for venues,
Yeah.
not just for the brands and stuff like that we work with, but seeing an artist so passionate about delivering an experience for the people that's paying to
Oh,
go to
yeah,
whatever venue or gig, or and valuing that matters,
always.
because there's a lot of we've talked about it for a while that venues are struggling
Yeah.
at points to look at bringing different ways of bringing footfall into venues,
Yeah.
and some of them are which seems like doing a kind of tick box exercise where they're kind of going over replicating what successful venues are doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to say is the venues that are doing well are venues that are thinking out the box and looking at other ways of
Yeah.
bringing people in, things like Corset Club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A lot of venues that we work with, we've done previous show like Berlinkies.
Yeah. It's just try to
No,
think it is, and it's trying to give you like it's the grassroots venues, they're all struggling at the moment. It's try to think, how do you keep bringing new people
yeah,
in, isn't it?
but it's about the quality of what you're offering and not cutting corners. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for us, you know, you doing an intimate gig in a venue as part of an activation or something like that,
Yeah.
I would know that the people that are coming are going to walk out of there going, I wasn't expecting that, or that was brilliant,
Yeah.
or that the energy that comes with it, which is not always what you get. So it's the experience matters,
Yeah. Well, yeah,
if that makes
definitely.
sense.
100%.
So from your perspective, what's next for you? What do you? Well, let me give you a wish. Like, so in the last show,
Yes.
with Caitlin, as we said, the Ministry of Sound on their podcast do a a segment, right, which is pretty much like a question, truth
Okay.
booth they call it, right.
Oh.
So we'll have the same for you. We'll steal their thing.
Okay, I'm a bit
Hopefully they won't.
nervous. Yeah.
Hopefully they won't sue us for it. But I'll just need to ask for Caitlin. So 3 questions for me,
Okay.
totally unfiltered,
Okay.
which are truth booth questions, right?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So, first question would be, if you had to perform with any other artist as a duet, who would it be and why?
Can I pick two?
You would
Okay.
obviously you would have to be different for
I'd have
everybody
to. I just
else.
did
All right, yeah, we'll give you two, right?
because two just came into my head instantly.
Right.
So the first one genuinely would have to be Britney Spears.
Wow. Okay.
She is the reason why I'm a singer.
I didn't see that coming at all.
She honestly, I know, nobody, and I mean, I don't know if it'd be the best duet, like vocally. I don't know if her voice is. Oh, sorry, the microphone would fit, but she's the reason why I'm a singer. When I was a little girl, when I would see her perform, I was like, I'm going to be her one day.
Right.
That
Cool.
is it. So I feel like if that happened,
Oh, one of
yeah,
the
honestly, I would come out with a snake. I would, oh, it would just be amazing. And then, I mean, it would just be insane to perform with Lady Gaga. I think she's
Wow.
one of the best
Okay.
performers in the world now.
As a show, yes, I could
Yes.
see that, right? I could
Yeah.
see, but I don't think you'd be lost on a stage with her. I don't think.
That's why I think we would put on a good show together.
I think
I'm
you
not
would.
comparing myself to Lady Gaga. I just want everyone to know that.
No, I
But
am.
thank you. I'll
But
take it. I was about to swear.
I'll give you them. I've got to be honest. I didn't expect Britney Spears. I didn't
No,
see that.
I just feel like that's an ode because she is like, yeah, she was the first pop star that I was ever just mesmerised with.
Okay, because as I say, from my own perspective, and I've spoken to other people about it. Your your voice in it kind of maybe goes back to the audience and
Yeah.
the fan base side
Yeah.
of things is, and I mean this in the nicest way, right? I'll put
Go
my foot
on.
in it and offend everybody.
Go on.
You've got kind of an old voice.
Oh yeah,
Does that
100%.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like again, back to my a kind of Chrissy Hind, Blondie,
Yeah.
a real kind of
Just
energy,
alto,
raspy
yeah.
voice that is unique.
Yeah.
Um,
But it would not work with Britney Spears, but it would just be fun.
I need to stop doing that. But yeah, so but to be bringing that kind of
Yeah,
soul and heart and energy into kind of
yeah.
new music is
Thank you.
brilliant. But I didn't see Britney
I
Spears
mean, my
coming.
list goes on and on. It could be Stevie Nicks, Madonna, like it usually tends to
But
be
all
all
female?
female. Yeah, just female
Alright, okay.
empowerment, you know.
Fair play.
That's
Fair
it.
play. So, second question.
Yeah.
Gig venue, right? So
Mhm.
this is a double-barreled question.
Okay.
Out with the obvious,
Yeah.
right? In the OnTrade Awards.
Yeah. I mean, that
What's
was exactly what I was thinking anyway.
What's been your favourite gig so far?
I think my favorite. That's hard. I've got a couple of favorites, but um, last year we got the opportunity to support Jess Glynn,
Right? Yeah.
and it was also my first time getting to perform with my band,
Wow. Okay.
Gary and Jay, who
Yeah.
are absolutely fabulous.
Who are phenomenal. Yes. They are.
Phenomenal. Like,
Round of applause for
like,
Gary
yes,
Jay.
please.
Appreciation.
Like the show is literally because of them as well. You know, it's not just me and my manager, everybody, the team. But that was just, I think, because it was our first gig, we're all like so nervous because we were like, why is this our first gig we're doing supporting Jess Glynn? It
Yeah.
feels like it should have been something much smaller. And we actually got so many new fans that have been like since then that have like came to every show since.
Brilliant.
So it just, I feel like the excitement for that one, and it was the first time I'd got to support someone of that kind of scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of them. That's
Okay.
it. It's hard because I have quite a few that are
No,
my
I can
favourite.
imagine, and that's like asking you who's your favourite child kind of thing. If you're a parent,
Yeah,
do you know
it
what I mean?
actually is.
Who's your favourite gig? No pressure.
And you know, it could be a different answer tomorrow, but
Probably.
today, that's the answer.
Probably. But as I say, it's you've got a lot coming up.
Yes.
And some of the fantastic venues and some of the fantastic people. I mean, some of the gigs that's coming up in the summer. Ronin Keating's performing, Jessie J.
Yes.
These are
5.
five,
Sophie Ellis Bexter. Yeah, it's wild. Wild.
which is
Just lovely to see my wee name next to it.
it's not a wee name. Your name's
It's not, it's actually
right
far
up.
too many letters for it to be.
I do just refer to you as Roisin.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll end up getting cut to that
You'll end up
eventually.
getting you'll be like Madonna. You
And
know?
that's the plan.
Gaga,
That is,
Madonna,
until,
Roisin.
yeah, everyone calls me McCartney, and I'm like, no, it's not got the T in it. It's just McCartney.
And the last one, probably referring to that,
Yeah.
right, is if you were to perform at any venue, anywhere, at any time,
Yeah.
where would it be? You be your dream venue to perform at?
People would probably think I would do bigger than this, but I just really want to play the Barrowlands.
Wow. Okay.
I would just love to do like 5 nights in a row.
I wasn't
Barrowlands.
expecting that either.
I just think it's such a lovely venue. I've like gigged, I've busted around the barras and everything as
Right.
well for years, and I just think that would be, yeah. There's so much like history around it with artists that
Yeah.
have played there, good vibes, and it's still like small enough that it's intimate.
Yeah. No,
So
I
if
get
you
it.
could get like 5 nights in a row there, I mean, one night would be fabulous, but
Well, it was something that it's strange that you mentioned that because Callum,
yes,
I had the same conversation with Callum and his manager Dave before they went on obviously to do
Yeah.
the hydro and everything else, the amazing stuff that their guys have been able to achieve. But he was saying the same sort of thing back
Barrowlands.
then was Barrowlands and
Yeah.
I'm down to perform at the Barrowlands, and I'm like, I get the iconic nature of
Yeah.
it, but from an artist point of view, is that from
Obviously, you would want to go bigger, like capacity wise,
of
you would
course
love
wise,
to go
yeah.
bigger. But I just feel like once you kind of do the Barrowlands, I feel like maybe it's just being a Scottish artist. It feels like a
Right.
rite of passage almost thing. Like you need,
that's you're kind of right of you're on the right track.
yes,
if
yeah,
you're playing at the
yeah,
Barrowlands.
that's the And I just every gig I've ever went to in the Barrowlands has just been such a good atmosphere, and
Yeah.
I just think it's lovely.
Well,
Is that the right word?
I'm sure if Tom is listening and the booking team for the Barrowlands,
Yes, hi.
please get in touch with Roisin and get her on because she'll smash it out the park.
Thanks very
And I'm
much.
sure that
Hi,
that
Tom. Was it Tom?
yes, I'm
Hi,
sure
Tom.
that phone call will come and the guys will be sure to have you involved because it'd be impressive.
It would be lovely.
It
It'd
would,
be
and you can
lovely.
bring Diva to
Diva
the
energy,
stage.
Diva energy in the house. That'll be it. That'll be it.
I actually, believe it or not, I would actually like. I think you and Callum on a stage together would be something to experience.
I think that would be great fun. We would have a laugh, definitely.
Yeah, you would, because I love him to death. He's mad as a brush.
Yes.
But Christ, can that boy sing?
Oh, his
and
voice is
entertain.
so good, yeah.
But you're, as I said, I'm not putting you in the same category, but the performance level
Yeah.
is very
That's a massive
similar,
compliment, so thank you so much.
if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because, as I say, he's getting into trouble for swinging off the things in Transmit
Yes.
and everything else.
Yes.
But his thing is about people are coming to pay to come to see me. I want to give them the best version of what I can do in a show as I can, and you do the same thing very much. And I know I've mentioned that a couple of times, but it always impresses me to see you perform.
Thank you very much, and thank you for keeping coming to the gigs. I appreciate it.
No, I'd love to. You know, I love coming along, and I love live music, and I love your performances, and any excuse for a drink and a laugh and a giggle
Always.
is always works.
Always.
On that note, thank you, Roisin McCarney.
No, thank you so much for having me.
For being on the show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you, Sian. I was ready to say that. Thank you for giving us your insight to the industry, and please smash it out the park.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Everything you're involved in. That's been another show. Thank you to Roisin for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care.
Is she?